What's going on, tubes? It is Kyle Variety Airs. We're on another daily bill search. It is October 17th, 2018. So let's get going through our pocket change, see if we can find some bills that are above face value. We found a couple star notes in the last ones. We had a couple busts a couple times before that. I don't always find stuff, and it's not a hobby you're going to get rich at. I like just going through the money, and I love the fact that if I look through a stack of 10s, for example, still have the same stack of 10s. So it's not like I lost money by bill searching. Anyway, let's get right to it. This $5 bill, Series 2013, it's shown at the bottom right. There's nothing crazy with the serial number here. I don't see anything. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus a little bit better. It's kind of doing its own thing today. Anywho, I showed my face in it earlier. Maybe I broke it. I'm not really sure. But we'll try to work with what we got. Lots of folds. The condition leaves a lot to be desired, so we're not really going to look at this one too long. And plus, nothing's really jumping out at me as super collectible. So we'll kind of move on. It's a nice, crisp $10 bill. Series 2013 also. As opposed to the older 10s, the series number used to be right here. They replaced it with this little shifting ink torch from the Statue of Liberty when they did the redesign in 2009. So this one's a newer 10, newer as in 5 years ago. There is 2017 bills, so I just haven't seen too many of them, but a couple people keep posting them to Facebook, which is cool. But anyway, nothing with the serial number, nothing collectible there. Everything else seems to be printed appropriately. It's nice and crisp. I mean, great condition for an example of condition for a bill. Minus this little tear that's over here on this corner where Mom pinned it to the board for lunch or whatever. Nothing crazy, nothing jumping out. There's a little bit of ink smear here, but it's not enough to call home about or collect it, so whatever. Next one, nothing in the serial number. Same deal. Nothing jumping out on the obverse of the bill. Seems like it's been ran through water, so that's one factor. Nothing crazy in here on the reverse, so we'll move on from this 10. Nice little over ink. So, I mean, it is a 2013. If you watch any of my videos or any other coin or currency channels, you'll know that on the third digit from the left, as you can see here as I zoom in, how heavy ink that 5 is. This is probably the heaviest one I've seen. I mean, I have a couple I set aside. I'll make another video where I compare them, but I'm going to hold on to this one despite the fact it is totally wrinkled beyond wrinkled. So, nothing crazy with the serial number, but I do like how heavy that 5 is. I mean, it's not really collectible, like as in it's worth $50,000, but I'd say it's worth a couple bucks above face if to the right buyer. If not, it's still $1, and I'll just kind of put it in the collection. Another Series 2013. As you can see that third digit over, it's not over inked in this one. So I mean, it's common, but not that common. This one's really folded up and beat up too. It's folded like 47 different times, so it's kind of kills the quality of the bill if it was collectible. And I'm not seeing anything on the reverse of the bill. So you got ourselves a 50. This is a Series 2013 $50 bill. Post redesign, these ones are really pretty. American flag in the back, all patriotic and whatnot. Same deal, they added a star here like from the flag. It's a color shifting ink just simply to add to anti-counterfeiting. Now that I'm looking at the serial number, it's actually a trinary note, and it would have been stellar if we would have moved this 6 over and swapped this 1 and 6. We'd have a sweet radar note where you can read it forwards and backwards the same way. So, you know, it would have read 16133161, but still a good trinary note, so I like that. I'll hold on to it, but trinaries are more collectible than they are valuable. Now, like I said, if this was a radar, though, this is a great example of a trinary that would be worth quite a bit more, primarily because it would have been a radar bill. But this one's not. It's still a good trinary, but most likely it'll get spent because it's 50 bucks, and, you know, I got people to spend money on, a mouse to feed, so 50 bucks is, you know, unless it was a star note and trinary or something really collectible, it's probably going to go to the spend pile, but for now, I'll set it aside. The reverse of the bill is nice and crisp. Nothing crazy jumping out at me, though, I mean, but it's in great condition for a trinary note. So it'd probably work, I would say, a few bucks above value, maybe 60 bucks, you know, it being a $50 note. Nothing nuts in the serial number on this $1 bill. Series 2013, so it is newer. We can see the age of bills, like for a 50, same year series. It'd help if you could see it. Same year series, but, you know, like I mentioned in previous videos, 50s aren't spent as readily as a $1 bill. We all know that. So the condition of a 50 is generally going to be better than that of a 1. Plus, you know, people just seem to take care of bills that are higher denomination better than they would a good old-fashioned $1 bill. Nothing really crazy on this bill. Nothing on the reverse that's popping out at me. Like I've mentioned, sometimes there's some over-inks around the pyramid where it says Annuit Septis, but nothing here. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, not a ladder, but just to give you an example of what a ladder would be, if there was no repetition in this serial number and it read like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, you know, well, lower up to 7 or whatever in ascending or descending order, or mixed about, that would be a ladder note, or a broken ladder if it was mixed up. Series 2009, nothing really crazy. This seal is shifted over, but unless it's sitting off that O, not collectible in my opinion. Next bill, 2013, better condition, as opposed to the previous ones we've seen. Nothing in the serial number. This is sitting over to the left and down, but once again, the shift has got to be dramatic. It's got to be out of the way. It's got to be off. It's kind of like the printing of the bill. There's an acceptable rate of shift on the margins of the bill. Same with the shift on the serial numbers and seals. So unless they're really drastic by a large percentage, it is not collectible, in my opinion. Nothing crazy. Next thing, multiple 5s in here, but nothing blocked up, no repeaters really. Everything's printed appropriately on it, so we'll just kind of keep moving on. Got a couple 5s and a couple other bills left. Serial numbers, they match up. There's been a couple posts to Facebook lately with mismatched serial numbers. Very, very cool. I am not fortunate enough to own a mismatch that I found myself. I bought it from eBay, and it's a $20 bill. But nevertheless, they're very rare. So if you find a mixed match serial number, that is another. It's more of an error, not a fancy serial number. It is an error. So definitely get it graded and sell it unless you're just going to keep it. But I would definitely get it verified. Lots of smudgel on this, nothing crazy, and it's just beat up. So we'll just kind of move on. Last bill, but not least, is a good old 20, Series 2013. Serial numbers are nothing crazy. Good condition on the bill, but not anything to call home about. And nothing on the reverse of the bill. So, the find that we have today in our bill search is going to be our $50 bill. You set him lower a little bit. And our over-inked 1. So, let's just recap. I'll be quick about it, because if you watch the video, you don't care to hear the same shit again. But, nevertheless, we got a good trinary on this $50 bill. I don't really have too many 50 trinaries, so I'll hold on to it until I need the money for Subway sandwiches or something. And then up here is a good old over-inked 5 on that third digit over. You can really see how heavy inked it is. But, you know, it's still kind of beat up. I mean, you got some... I guess it just wiped off. That's cool. Thought it was some stuff that was on the E there, but came right off, so it's just some lint or something. Definitely, I mean, it's a $1 bill, so I'm going to keep it for the over ink, but if it was like a really high denomination, like a $100 bill, the over ink probably wouldn't be substantial enough for me to keep it. So just to give you an example of what I find collectible, but that varies. I mean, you're a collector too, collect what you want. But this is our finds for today in our daily bill search video, a trinary 50 and an over inked 1. Let me know what you think about them in the comments. And I appreciate you liking and subscribing to the channel and talking with me on the comments and on the Facebook page. And I will check you tomorrow in the next video. See you later. Have an awesome day and keep on keeping on. Happy hunting.